This is Journey Through John. We're looking at John chapter 11, starting in verse 45, and going through 53. If you remember, Jesus has raised a dead man, and now one of the two major religious groups, the Pharisees, the other group is the Sadducees. They're a little bit more liberal. The Pharisees are now going to respond, along with many of the Jews, and they should have known better. They should have saw that this was the Messiah, but it seems they're going to reject him. There's going to be the high priest, going to make quite a statement, a lot of irony. And in these statements, we're going to see something that can be a little bit difficult in the church, in that people disagree on how national Israel, those who even reject Jesus now, relate to the church. If there's a separate body, one or two, just background information. It just comes a lot of the promises of what would come of Israel. So we'll talk about that more on the other side. Let's go ahead and read the text. John 11, 45 to 53 says, "Many of the Jews, therefore, who had come with Mary and had seen what he did, believed in him. But some of them went to the Pharisees and told them what Jesus had done. So the chief priests and the Pharisees gathered the council and said, 'What are we to do? For this man performs many signs. If we let him go on like this, everyone will believe in him, and the Romans will come and take away both our place and our nation.' But one of them, Caiaphas, who was the high priest that year, said to them, 'You know nothing at all, nor do you understand that it is better for you that one man should die for the people, not that the whole nation should perish.' He did not say this of his own accord, but being high priest that year, he prophesied that Jesus would die for the nation, and not for the nation only, but also to gather into one the children of God who are scattered abroad. So from that day, they made plans to put him to death." So much happening here. You can go to Ephesians 2 and look at verses 11 through 22 and see this discussion about Jews and Gentiles who profess faith in Christ being made one body. And it seems we have a group of people here who are outside of that body, clearly, who are going to reject Jesus. And this high priest has got this very ironic prophetic statement that is making absolutely clear what is going to happen as we start to move towards Christ's death on the cross. He's a substitute. It's better for one to die for all, one to die for these nations and multiple nations who would bring them in, than he's saying this ironically and politically, than for us to lose our high position of authority and for the Romans to be difficult. But spiritually, he's making a very profound statement. The other piece here is he's going to bring together many nations, not just the nation of Israel, together as one body. Those who would believe in him, those who would be his children. So quite a lot going on here. Now, this is all in reaction to the fact that people are coming and reporting that Jesus raised a man to life. And the response is not, "We should go check this out, we should believe in him, let's look at the sign, let's believe." It's, if this guy keeps doing this, everyone's going to believe him, he's raised a guy to life. They're all going to believe him, and then we're going to lose our position of power. And so really it shows that they really aren't even qualified to be any kind of shepherds of the people, because they're only concerned about what will happen if people love Jesus. Quite alarming. And I think this is often why there's persecution of Christians, because there's such a hatred of Jesus. And I think these guys might be the very first starting this kind of persecution against him and those who would follow him, because in what's to follow, we'll see a plot to kill Jesus, a plot to kill Lazarus, all sorts of things. Quite a big picture in response to seeing one raised to new life, isn't it?